It's a chilly 49 right now. Much better than the 90s and hundreds that we were in the desert. I like the forest. The reason we like the forest is because we're not in the city, because you can't do van life in the city. I just finished watching a video by the channel Into the Mystery. I've been following his channel for well before we started van life, because he was building out vans. So I was looking at advice. And now we're almost 3 years in, and a video popped up of his talking about how to be stealth. And I had to disagree with the video because there is no such thing as being stealth doing van life, especially in a city. I think the police know what to look for, and other van lifers recognize other van lifers, especially if you've passed the 8-month threshold of van life. Usually people quit right after or before 6 months. But I had to disagree because we did van life in the city for our first month, and I wanted to quit then. It was horrible. I didn't get good sleep. We had to drive around neighborhoods looking for secret spots, and I don't want to be that guy lurking in your neighborhood looking for a spot to park for the night. We've had the pounding on the windows, and we were parked in a Starbucks parking lot, and I was inside doing work, uploading videos, getting a coffee, using the bathroom, and my car alarm went off. So I went out to check, and there was this older gentleman out there looking in my windows trying to see if we were in there. And I approached him and I said, "That's my van." And he's all, "You can't be parked sleeping here." And I said, "I was inside. You obviously saw me inside." And he was not very nice, pretty nasty, started taking pictures of my van. And this was like week 2. So we got a good taste of the pounding on the door early. And that left a bad taste in my mouth. But he said, "You can't park in my parking lot." And I was like, "Your parking lot?" And it probably was his parking lot because he took pictures. And then that same night, we were going to park in our beach area parking where we can listen to the ocean and sleep by the water. And right as we were approaching, there were 2 parking enforcement trucks just sitting waiting in the area that is known to have van lifers parked there. Other parked vans were they were all there, parked, and people were sleeping in them, and we were just going back to get our spot, and we basically got escorted out. So maybe he was some type of pillar of the community and made a phone call and gave the pictures he took to parking enforcement, because we got escorted out and never went back to that spot again. And we left California because of that. And now we park in either the desert or the forest because the stealth thing is not a thing. You might be able to get away with it for a couple of months, and that'll get tiresome trying to find new spots all the time. And eventually you're going to burn out every spot. There's another channel, Scott from Static Camper Van, and he recently made a video speaking about how there is no such thing as stealth, and he's been doing it for about 7 years, so there's some notches under his belt, and he's speaking from experience. And I agree with what he was saying, that there is no such thing as stealth, even though your rig might not have windows, or who knows, you have a plumbing sign on the side of it. But he was saying that if he goes into a neighborhood, he'll stop and talk with neighbors and let them know, hey, that's my van over there. I'm going to be sleeping in it for the night if that's cool with you. And I think that's a good approach, because now the people know, and they won't feel the need to call the cops on you because there's a car loitering in your neighborhood, or an unfamiliar car parked in front of your house or around the corner from your house. So his approach is different. It's the anti-stealth, and I tend to agree with that. I'd rather be out in the open and let you know, hey, I'm sleeping in this thing. Please don't pound on my windows. But to avoid all of that, we decided just to get away from the cities altogether and find the spots in the forest, BLM land, desert land. We haven't parked in a Walmart parking lot since California. We've had not the best experience in a Lowe's parking lot. So if you do decide you want to do this living out of your car thing because you have to, because your financial burdens are weighing heavy on your shoulders, you might want to think about the location that you do it in. City van life is not cheap. You're going to be driving around a lot to find different spots. You're going to be getting up in the morning early before everybody else so that you can go to either a gym to get a shower, and that's a membership to a gym, or going to Starbucks to get your coffee. And you're going to be spending money pretty much all day. When you're out in a forest or the desert or BLM land, you tend to pick up what you need for a week or two, and you live off of that. But I just wanted to talk about how when you first start out doing this, it's going to be rough because you don't have a place to stay. You don't know where to stay. The idea of being stealth is going to be new to you if you're coming out of a house or an apartment. Now you're trying to become a ninja at night. That's all I wanted to talk about right now. Stealth is not stealth. I gotta go back inside. It's getting cold and it looks like it's gonna rain. Yeah, so until the next one.